If you're over 60, and you're still drinking the same kind of milk you did 20 years ago, you might be speeding up your body's breakdown without even knowing it. I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm saying it because too many seniors are suffering in silence, and no one's telling them why. You wake up with aching joints, your knees don't move like they used to. You forget why you walked into a room. Your energy crashes by mid-afternoon, and you chalk it up to just getting older. But what if I told you, it might be your milk? That innocent splash you pour into your coffee, the glass you drink with breakfast because you've always believed it was good for your bones. That milk could be doing the exact opposite. It could be making your bones weaker, not stronger. It could be causing inflammation that makes every step more painful. It could be feeding the brain fog that steals your focus, your sharpness, even your sense of self. And worst of all, it happens slowly. Quietly. You don't feel it all at once, it creeps in. And by the time you notice, you're already wondering, is this just how aging is supposed to feel? Let me tell you something important. This isn't just aging. This is a mistake. A silent threat hiding in your fridge. And you deserve to know the truth. Because here's the part no one talks about. Some people in their 70s, even 80s, are stronger, clearer, and more active than they were at 50. They're living with clarity, confidence, energy. And a big reason why. They're drinking the right milk. Not the kind you see in every commercial or hospital tray. Not the kind they've pushed for decades. I'm talking about milks that fight inflammation, fuel your brain, and support aging bones, instead of weakening them. And here's what's wild, most doctors never even mention them. Over 90% of seniors have never been told this. Why? Because most nutrition advice is based on outdated science, or it's one size fits all. But your body in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, it has completely different needs. Some of the most common milks. They're working against you. While others, the ones you rarely hear about, are helping seniors stay independent, active, and even mentally sharp well into their later years. Today, I'm going to show you the 3 milks you should never drink again, and the 3 powerful ones you should switch to immediately if you want to stay strong, sharp, and energized. Let's get into it. Alright. Let's start with the milk that's doing the most hidden damage to seniors across the country, and chances are, it's sitting in your fridge right now. Milk number 1 to avoid, conventional cow's milk, especially the non-organic, hormone-fed kind. Now listen, I know this is the one most of us grew up on. You probably drank it every day as a kid. You gave it to your children, maybe even your grandkids. It was supposed to be the healthy choice, for strong bones, right? But here's what changed. The milk today. It's not the milk you remember. Today's conventional milk often comes from cows treated with synthetic hormones. Hormones to force them to produce more milk, faster. And those hormones? They don't just disappear before it reaches your table. Traces end up in the milk itself, along with antibiotics and other chemicals. Now, when you're young, your body can often process that overload. But as we age, our digestion slows. Our gut lining becomes more sensitive. Our immune system can overreact. That's where the trouble starts. Seniors who drink this kind of milk often report more bloating, more joint pain, more flare-ups of inflammation they can't explain. And yes, it's been linked to higher rates of insulin resistance and digestive issues in older adults. So here's the takeaway, if you're going to drink dairy milk, it must be organic. No added hormones. No antibiotic residue. But better yet, there are non-dairy options that actually support aging, and we'll get to those very soon. First, though, we've got 2 more dangerous milks to expose. Milk number 2 to avoid, flavored or sweetened plant milks. Now, this one fools a lot of people. Maybe you've already made the switch from cow's milk. Almond milk, oat milk, soy milk, sounds healthy, right? But here's the problem, the sweetened versions are packed with sugar. Some of these plant milks have more sugar in 1 cup than a cookie. And when you're over 60, your body doesn't handle sugar like it used to. It spikes your blood sugar, worsens insulin resistance, triggers inflammation. And guess where that inflammation hits? Your joints, your belly, your brain. Even worse, that sugar can hide behind sneaky labels. Look for words like evaporated cane juice, rice syrup, or even just natural flavors. It all adds up. Many seniors who think they're doing something good by drinking almond milk, are unknowingly flooding their bodies with sugar every single morning. So here's what to do. Always, always, go for unsweetened plant milks. Read the label. Look for 0 grams of added sugar. Because the right plant milk can do wonders, but the wrong one, it just adds fuel to the fire. Milk number 3 to avoid, evaporated or condensed milk. I know some of you love it in your coffee, or use it in those old family recipes. It's rich, creamy, comforting, but here's what they don't tell you. Evaporated and condensed milks are loaded with sugar and saturated fat. 1 small serving can contain more sugar than a can of soda. And the fats? They're the kind that clog arteries and strain your heart, especially dangerous for seniors already managing blood pressure or cholesterol. And let's not forget, our brains are deeply connected to our heart health. Studies are now showing that diets high in saturated fats and refined sugars are linked to faster cognitive decline in older adults. Yes, that means memory issues, fog, confusion. The scary part? This damage builds up over years, often without symptoms. So while that spoonful of condensed milk might taste good in your tea or pie, it's not worth the risk. There are better ways to enjoy your favorites, with milks that protect your heart, support your memory, and still taste great. We'll talk about those in just a moment. But first, I want you to really hear this. These 3 milks. They're common. They're easy. They're familiar. But they could be making your aging harder than it needs to be. If you're dealing with fatigue, joint pain, poor sleep, brain fog, or gut trouble, and you're still drinking any of these, it might be time to let them go. Because the milk you choose matters. And now that you know what to avoid, it's time to talk about what to embrace. Now that you know what to avoid, let's talk about the good news. Because believe me, there is good news. There are milks out there that actually work with your aging body, not against it. Milks that nourish your bones, protect your memory, calm your digestion, and help you feel clear-headed, steady, and energized, like yourself again. Let's get into the 3 that every senior should seriously consider switching to. Starting today. Milk number 1 to choose, unsweetened almond milk, calcium fortified. This one right here. It's a quiet game changer. Unsweetened almond milk, the kind with no added sugar, and fortified with calcium, is one of the gentlest, most supportive milks for the aging body. It's low in calories, low in carbs, easy on digestion. That means no bloating, no heaviness in your gut after drinking it, and no blood sugar spikes to send your energy crashing. But what really matters? The calcium. Many almond milks today are fortified with calcium, sometimes even more than dairy milk, which is crucial for protecting bone strength as you age. You see, after 60, your body naturally starts absorbing less calcium from food. That's just how the body shifts over time. So unless you're actively bringing it in from clean, absorbable sources, your bones slowly weaken behind the scenes. This milk helps fix that. Just make sure of this, when you choose an almond milk, always read the label. Look for unsweetened, 0 added sugars. And avoid one common additive, carrageenan. It's used to thicken the milk, but for some people, especially seniors, it can irritate the gut. So choose a clean, simple version. No carrageenan. No sugars. Just almond milk, water, calcium, and maybe a few natural minerals. That's the kind that works with your body. That's the kind that helps you feel lighter, clearer, and more nourished, without the crash. Milk number 2 to choose, A2 milk, gentle dairy, real benefits. Now if you're someone who loves dairy, and can't imagine giving up your morning glass of milk, I've got something for you. It's called A2 milk. And here's what makes it special. A2 milk comes from a specific breed of cow that produces milk with only the A2 protein, not A1. Why does that matter? Because for many seniors, even those who've never been diagnosed as lactose intolerant, regular milk causes issues. Bloating, gas, cramping, brain fog. But most people don't realize it's not always the lactose. It's that A1 protein causing trouble during digestion. A2 milk removes that. You still get the real dairy taste and all the protein and calcium, but without the uncomfortable side effects. So if you've ever felt uneasy after drinking regular milk, but still want that creamy richness, this could be your answer. It's the kind of milk that lets you enjoy without regret. And again, go for the cleanest version you can find. Organic if possible. Your gut will thank you. Your bones will thank you. And you'll likely notice it in your mood and clarity too. Because when digestion improves, everything improves, even your mind. Milk number 3 to choose. Oat milk, fortified with B12 and vitamin D, no sugar added. Now this last one is quietly powerful, especially for your heart and your brain. It's called oat milk. But not just any oat milk, the kind with no added sugar, and fortified with vitamin B12 and vitamin D. Let me explain why that matters. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing B12 from food. And low B12. That's been directly linked to brain fog, slower thinking, and even memory lapses in older adults. Oat milk fortified with B12 can help restore those levels gently, every time you pour it into your cereal or coffee. Now let's talk about your heart. Oat milk contains something called beta-glucan, a natural fiber that helps lower LDL cholesterol, the bad kind. And heart health is everything in your later years. A healthier heart means more energy. More oxygen to your brain. Better circulation. Better sleep. And vitamin D. That's your immune system's best friend. Low D levels are common in seniors, especially in winter or for those who don't get much sun. It affects bone density, mood, and even resistance to illness. That's why this milk matters. But again, read the label. You want unsweetened oat milk. 0 added sugars. Fortified with B12 and vitamin D, ideally also with calcium. Drink it daily. Add it to smoothies, your oats, or tea. It's creamy, rich, and surprisingly satisfying. And for many seniors, it's a gentle step toward stronger bones, sharper thinking, and better heart health. Closing words for the milk section. So there you have it. 3 milks to remove, and 3 you can start using today. Remember, it's not about giving things up. It's about choosing what helps you age with power, peace, and clarity. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Just pick one of these better choices. Swap one harmful milk for one that actually supports your body. Your bones will feel the difference. Your brain will too. And who knows? You might just feel a little stronger, a little steadier, a little more like you again. Let me ask you something. Which of these milks surprised you the most? Was it the one you've trusted for years, only to now realize it might have been quietly wearing you down? Or was it one of the new options, the gentler choices, the ones that could help restore your strength and clarity in ways you didn't think possible? Maybe this is the first time you've even heard that milk could affect your bones, your brain, even your blood pressure. If so, you're not alone. Most seniors have never been told any of this. Not by their doctor. Not by their dietitian. Not by the people who sold them that milk for 30, 40, even 50 years. But you're here now. You know more today than you did yesterday. And that means you have power. Power to choose what goes into your body. Power to protect your future. Power to age, not with fear or decline, but with clarity, confidence, and calm. So let me invite you to do something simple, something gentle. Just pause for a second. Think about what's in your fridge. Think about how you feel after that morning coffee. Or that afternoon bowl of cereal. Is it helping you, or hurting you? Is it making you feel full of life, or full of fog? Now, imagine the difference a single switch could make. Not just in your gut or your bones, but in how you carry yourself. In how you sleep. In how you move through your day without dragging. That's why we do what we do here on Thriving Age Tip. Not just to give information, but to give you back your choices. To remind you that aging isn't a slow fade. It can be a rising. A return to strength. To clarity. To energy that feels clean and calm and yours. And it all starts with small, loving shifts. Like switching your milk. Like sharing this video with someone you love. Someone who might not know yet, but needs to. Someone who's tired of feeling tired, and ready for something better. So if this helped you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more tips designed just for you, not trendy, not overwhelming, just smart, supportive changes that respect your age and empower your choices. And tell us in the comments. What milk are you using right now, and where in the world are you watching from? We read every comment. Because you're not just a viewer. You're part of a growing community of seniors who refuse to settle. Here at Thriving Age Tip, we believe in thriving, not surviving. We believe 70 can feel better than 40. We believe your best days don't live in the past. They're waiting for you. So don't go quiet into that fridge again. Go smart. Go strong. Go forward. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious, stay empowered, and keep thriving.